Hello, this is Donavon Frankenreiter, and you're watching My First Hand. I started surfing at the age of 10 and started playing music at the age of 16, and I just remember really begging my mom and dad for a real surfboard, because I grew up riding like boogie boards and rafts and inner tubes and stuff at the beach, and then I remember going down to San Clemente Pier and I caught my first wave and I rode it all the way to shore, and just the feeling I had inside, I just knew that I fell in love with something for the first time, and ever since that first ride I've never looked back. Same thing happened to me when I picked up the guitar for the first time and strummed a couple of chords. I was just, I don't know, I just fell in love with the way the guitar sounded, and that I was able to sort of create and make sounds all on my own. And you know, the way I listened to music and the way I looked at music was completely different since the moment I picked up an instrument. And it was something that I really held close to me because I was able to take it everywhere with me. I haven't stopped doing either ever since. Good morning. We're gonna make some pancakes for the family. Are you ready, Ozzy?
Yes.
Give me pounds, dude. All right. Being a professional surfer and traveling around the world playing music, I'm rarely home, so but when I do get to be home, it's a place that I get to decompress and actually be a father and a husband, and you know, it's the greatest thing in the world, waking up in the morning early, taking my kids to school, cooking them breakfast, and all the things that I'm able to do to get my mind off of everything else that I constantly do. Today's a family beach day, shell hunting, surfing, and we're gonna try to get some sun. What do you think about that, Ozzy? What do you think about that, buddy? This guy right here, the star of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Hendrix Frankenreiter.
Hi.
Ozzy, we gotta feed one more person in the family. Guess who it is?
Mom.
Who?
Mama.
Rise and shine, woman.
Mama. Mama.
Yeah, breakfast in bed, Mom. There you go. Pancake is for you. I gotta take Hendrix to school, but enjoy that, all right, baby?
Yeah.
Let's go, Hendrix. Get in the car. Well, after I dropped Hendrix off at school, I went and did probably one of the most exciting things for me and therapeutic, and that is gardening. I love taking care of the land that we have in Kauai. All right, here we are. It's time to get busy and tend to all the fruits of the labor. Oh, all right. The land that we live at is sort of like a Robinson Crusoe, or I don't know, it feels like I'm in Disneyland or something when I'm there, like on the Pirates of the Caribbean. I always take the kids like fishing or stand-up paddling, and I always say, you know, there could be pirates around the corner. You guys, where are we right now?
Donavon, what are you doing?
You know, we get to fish, we get to pick bananas, and we get to take care of the garden, and that's really all I want to do in life. Well, that's about as much weed whacking as you're going to get from me in one day. The garden is tended to, and now it's time to pick Hendrix up and see if we can't get into a little bit of after-school activities that I like to call surfing at the secret spot. What do you want to do today?
Let's go surfing.
Let's go surfing. Your little secret spot?
Yep.
Okay, let's go, dude.
Everyday people like you and me.
You want to go on the Wawa?
Yes.
We'll go tandem surf.
Time told you, you told me, nothing gonna get us down. can't you see? I said, if it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me.
To me, right now in my life, I would rather be pushing my kids into waves and surfing with them than actually going out and finding waves on my own somewhere and surfing by myself. I get so much happiness and enjoyment out of pushing Hendrix into waves, or actually seeing the reaction of my 2-year-old son being on the front of my surfboard and picking him up and riding waves with him. It's just, I mean, for me to be able to teach them something that I love so much in my life is one of the most incredible feelings that I've ever had being a dad, is teaching my 2 kids how to surf.
It don't matter to me. If it don't matter to you, it don't matter to me. 'Cause yesterday and what we could be, it don't matter. We're getting more of what we don't need. It don't matter. Everything unless I'm with you, it doesn't matter to me. Bring it on down, bring it on down.
When the kids got out of the water, Petra and I just said, hey, what would you guys like to do now? And we kind of had an idea to maybe set up tents and go camping on the land and have a little bonfire. And Ozzy and Hendrix just loved that idea because they love camping. And it was just an amazing afternoon and amazing evening. And we got to look at the stars and be a part of all that. Woo, that's it, everybody. We're done. We're all packed up. Now we're going to head over to try out some of the world's greatest margaritas and Mexican food at my new restaurant on Maui.
New restaurant.
Hey, you guys, in the car now. Let's go to the
In
airport.
the car now. Let's go at the airport. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to head in here right now and talk to the manager and see exactly what I got planned today as far as work. So let's do it. So when we showed up to the restaurant, I thought for sure we were going to slide straight into a margarita, some chips and salsa, and to my astonishment, they threw a uniform to me and said, hey man, we got some serious things for you to do around here. Party of 5, you're up next. Party of 5. Cold drinks, hot burritos, and tacos. Welcome to the merchandising store. Here's our top selling item. Here we are at the Margarita House, man. And I gotta tell you, this place is a time capsule of my life over the last 20 years. Collecting surfboards, skateboards, vinyl records, guitars, amps, 8-tracks, record players, tape machines, and good vibes all around. Did somebody order platinum and gold records? Yep. For me to be able to hang out in my restaurant and have some great margaritas and have a great atmosphere with great people around me, it was wonderful to be able to get up on stage and jam a couple of tunes with a local Hawaiian band. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We are done here in Maui. We're heading to El Salvador, so stay tuned for more Firsthand on Fuel TV. We made it. We're here. Finally made it to the Billabong Surf Camp in El Salvador. This is the world-famous Las Flores Surf Club. And through these gates right here, ladies and gentlemen, we will see what it has to offer. So come with me. Well, this place, once you come through the gates, is actually one of the most amazing places I've been to as far as sort of a surf club destination. I've been coming here for the last 3 years, hosting a week, usually in the month of March. And you know, I got about 17 to 20 campers that come, and we do a whole bunch of different activities. I take them surfing and teach them about different kinds of surfboards, and we play music, and it couldn't be nestled in a more beautiful sort of area. I mean, it's right in front of an incredible right-hand point called Las Flores. Well, the first thing I have to do when I get here is I have to teach the campers how to surf. So day one, we all woke up, I got them down to the beach, and it was Surf Lessons 101. I gave them some secret hot tips on how to get some good long rides. Here's the campers. Now I'm gonna teach them how to surf. All right, you guys, First things first, we gotta learn how to paddle in, right? Ready? Then ride all the way to the beach. All right. Put that there. You got that? All right, you guys look good. All right, they're ready to go. Let's hit the water. I just couldn't believe it when they were actually out there surfing. I was thinking, did they actually hear any of the tips that I told them? What's going on with these guys? Hey, you guys, that was the most horrible surfing I've ever seen. But I think I know what the problem is. You need one of these. As soon as I realized that they were good enough to step it up a notch, I got a boat and took them all to Punta Mangos, 2 miles up the coast. On the boat ride out there, everybody was asking me kind of like how the waves were going to be, and from the surf report, everybody said it was going to be flat. So when we pulled up there, we didn't really realize what we were getting into, but after about 30 minutes of being in the water with these guys, I think they all realized what time it was. Tube time. That was one of the greatest sessions I've had in El Salvador at this surf camp, and to be able to share that with the campers that I just taught how to surf was just, you know, to me, a great feeling because they were all getting amazing rides. I mean, they were kicking out of waves and hooting and hollering, and we were high-fiving, and I mean, they couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think it was going to be that good. Oh my gosh, exhausted. That's what I call tube time. Tube time. After the surf session, I got back in the boat and, you know, I drove us all back to camp, and I was thinking to myself, I don't know what would end this day any better than all of us getting around a campfire and having a little acoustic jam.
Getting more of what we don't need, it don't matter, everything is...
This year was filled with a lot of great characters, and it was some good camping, good acoustic jams, good surf lessons, and the highlight was the surf sessions that I got to do with these campers. Well, that was a great week, everybody, at the Billabong Surf Camp here in El Salvador. But the next time you see me, I will be in Australia. So stay tuned for more of my firsthand on Fuel TV. We made it. We're here in beautiful Australia. First things first, we're gonna head straight to the Billabong headquarters. Well, if you've never been here before, the Gold Coast of Australia is one of the most amazing places to surf. It has endless amounts of point breaks and incredible beach breaks. The water's warm, it's a tropical place, it's sunny, and so it's sort of like a dream come true for any surfer that's ever wanted to catch some of the greatest point breaks ever. We had to stop here on our way to Billabong. I had to show you guys the world famous Snapper Rocks, which blends right into the infamous Kira Point, where about 15 or 18 years ago I got a 10-point ride in a contest. Imagine that, me in a contest. Let's look back at that vintage footage and relive that moment. We're here, made it. Billabong headquarters. I can't believe we're here because every time I show up here, I start blowing budgets. Let's head inside the surf shop and see if we can't get some free clothes. Yeah! Two of these, three of those. Hey, you guys know what time it is? You got these in double XL? Let's get one of those. Whoa, what's that?
Oh, that's the board that Oki won the OP Pro on twice.
I asked the lady behind the counter, I said, hey, is there any possible way that I could maybe ride that board? And she looked at me like I was crazy and said, you're not even allowed to touch it. Hey, can I give that a ride?
No, not at all. No one can touch that. Can't ride it, can't touch it.
Yeah, let's go surfing. We headed out of Billabong and straight down the road to Burleigh Heads. We heard that the sandbank was back, and I was so excited to get back there. I haven't surfed Burleigh in probably, I don't know, 12 years or something, and the waves were just incredible. It was this perfect right-hand point break, but there is, you know, like anywhere else that gets really good, there's a lot of people. Well, wasn't allowed to touch it, but actually I did surf on it, and the thing worked great. I want to thank everybody at Burleigh Heads for letting me catch one or two waves out here. Very beautiful spot, but we are now headed to Byron Bay to play the music festival there, so let's go see what kind of sights and sounds we can see and hear. Let's head into the dressing room and meet the band real quick. Look right here. Tallest guy in the band, Matt Grundy, plays bass. Right here, drums, percussion, Craig Barnett. Over here, keyboards, trumpet, Eric Brigman. Pete Winders, lead guitar, rhythm, and eats a lot of chicken. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the band. Here we are backstage. We go on in about an hour, but we gotta get all our gear ready. We don't have any roadies. So if there's anybody out there that wants to work for free. As I'm walking out on stage, you know, the lights go down, I'm walking out with the band, the crowd's going crazy in my mind. I'm so excited but you know, you get nervous. It's like this nervous, exciting sort of feeling. And I don't know, it's the most fun that I have playing music is being on stage with that band in front of people like that is the feeling that I never get doing anything else that I've ever done in my life. Towards the end of our set, I just felt like everything was coming together. We started to connect with the crowd. They started to sing along. The band felt great. Everything was happening, and just kind of my emotions took over, and I ended up throwing my guitar into the audience. My whole life is all about my family, my wife, my 2 kids. That's sort of the center of everything that I do. And you know, the things that come off of that are my surfing and my music. When I first picked a guitar up at the age of 16, I only dreamt of being on stage playing music with a band. And at the age of 10, when I got my first surfboard, I didn't really know what it meant to be a pro surfer, but that's all I ever wanted to be. You know, now I find myself being 37 years old, and that's what I do for a living, both of those things. To me, it's a dream, and it's also my job, and it's like, I can't believe that it's actually true, and it happens. And maybe one day I'll be roadieing for my kids. That's what I'd love to do. I'll be their roadies. Somebody's gonna get a roadie one of these days, and it's gonna be my kids, because I'll be roadieing for them.
I'm Donavon Frankenreiter, and that was my first band on Field TV.
Well, looks like everything looks great. Time to go to the show. All these amps right here are some of the most spectacular and amazing amps ever, but I gotta show you this one right here. It's very special, custom made. This one goes to 11.